emergency and non-emergency dispatch.
Vineland Police, operator 9615.
Yeah, I basically need to make a report of an officer manipulating me, harassing me earlier when I'm trying to report a theft and a burglary and breaking in and entering.
Okay, 1 second. Sit tight and put you on hold so I get an officer to talk to you.
I'm sitting on the porch. My cat wants to come out.
One second, ma'am.
Yep. Yeah. Hello. 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 Just got home and got hung up on. Wait until it makes a sound. Maybe. Depends how long that happens. All right, I'm just gonna call back. I can wait for her.
You have reached the City of Vineland Police Department. If this is an emergency, please press 1. If you know your party's 4-digit. For police emergency and non-emergency dispatch, please press 1.
Vineland Police, operator 2150.
Yeah, I basically just got hung up on. I was transferred to speak to an officer about an officer harassing me when they were here when I called them to make a complaint against burglary, theft, and breaking in and entering. Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Yeah, who am I speaking with?
What?
Who am I speaking with?
This is Officer Marsh.
This is Officer Marsh?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I basically am calling to report you for harassing me on my property and manipulating me and falsely accusing me and trying to refuse to take a report from me. And by basically being told to not take my reports because, well, I'm a white, moral, religious woman. okay? And whether you're white or not, or whatever you are, I don't know, you seem like you're basically, I don't know, interracial or whatever the case may be. Could be anything. I'm not really sure. It doesn't really matter. I don't really care. The thing is, apparently the misogynistic
Excuse me.
white males are refusing my rights.
Can you listen to me?
Yeah.
If you'd like to make a complaint about me, you can go through internal affairs, okay?
You don't tell me what to do. I have the right to report you to a supervisor.
All right.
I have it. I know the law. You don't. I had to teach you the law, okay? First of all, I have a right to speak to a supervisor, and I have the right to basically report at any time, any way, which is the law, okay? For any officer who is mistreating me, and playing these games and harassing me, by the way, on my property, which is on video, and
You have reached the City of Vineland Police Department. If this is an emergency, please press 1. If you know your party's 4-digit extension, please enter it now. For a list of further options, please press 2. For police emergency and non-emergency dispatch, please press 1.
Vineland Police, operator 9615.
yeah, I just got hung up on by Marsh, who harassed me earlier on my property, telling me I need to.
We're extremely busy. We have missing juveniles.
I'm making a complaint of a crime, and I have a right by law to report that complaint to a supervisor or an officer at the time of the complaint. This is what they're doing. Oh, we're busy. I'm being harassed. That's what they do. They basically made a bitch out of like some maggot. Sitting there, they're using a whore racist at the desk who basically harasses me, refuses me right, and slandering me because she's a whore. Officer Rodriguez, by the way, she's a prostitute in the Vineland, New Jersey Police Department. She has basically covered up me being robbed before because I'm a white woman, okay, and a religious and a moral person. She's an LFBTQRP. That's what they do. They're gonna leave me on hold and keep doing this. I'm being harassed. I just was robbed. That's what they're gonna do. The time before last time, they actually wouldn't take my complaint, and I had to keep calling for 5 hours. They wouldn't come out here to report a theft. I had a bunch of savage construction crew people just like rob me and steal from me. And the person who basically, brought them here while they fucking robbed me. This is what they do. They're continuously harassing me. They'll leave me on. They have left me on that deliberately to basically, because it's annoying. It basically hurts my nerves. Just to sit there and cause nausea and headaches for over an hour. They refuse to take my complaints because I will not believe in LFBTQRPs, and because I won't submit to the Nazi democracy perversion. Democracy of Democrat. because I'm a prime credible witness
City of Vineland Police Department. If this is an emergency,
against child molestation and child rape,
4-digit extension.
and will not submit to them.
For a list of further options, please press 2. For police emergency and not
They're saying so they're so busy, but they haven't time to freaking harass me.
Vineland Police, operator 9615.
Yeah, I'm being hung up on and left on a bogus hold, and harassed, okay, and sitting there refusing to make a complaint, okay, of a grand threat.
Nobody's refusing your complaint. I just don't have an officer available. They're all on the road right now with missing juvenile.
Yeah, they had enough time to harass me on the phone and hang up on me. 2 officers at the
Hang up
desk.
on you.
Yes, they did. I have it recorded.
Okay.
So you're lying. You just made that up. That's lying. I don't lie.
I'm gonna put you on hold.
I don't lie. Everything I say is right. I'm a righteous person. See, that's what they do. They'll just make up lies and then call you the liar. Say, oh, that didn't happen. No, this is the degenerate, filthy mind that I got with construction crew workers that did this to me while they were here. That didn't happen.
Hang on, ma'am. I'm gonna send you to Sergeant Cavagnaro.
Sergeant Cavagnaro.
Yeah, this is Teresa Lockwood.
Hello.
I had a theft tonight who basically, somebody broke into my shed, breaking and entering.
The burglary. Yep, we did the burglary report.
Okay, yeah, well, the thing is, I was harassed by the officer, and it was on camcorder where he was trying to manipulate the situation prejudicially. I never even met this officer before, by the way. And basically was trying to refuse my complaint.
Cut you off. I know, and I don't mean to be rude, and I don't want you to think I'm like cutting you off, but we are extremely busy.
Okay, and I had a crime being committed against me on my property.
So then you can call the internal.
Okay, no, I have a right by law to make the complaint at the time, by law. Okay, you don't sit there and say, "Oh, we're too busy for to take your complaint because you're Teresa Lockwood because well, I'm Christian."
Teresa, I've never, and you know, tell me if this is true. Anytime that we've conversed or talked or anything, right? I've been nothing but respectful each and every time. Anytime that we've conversed in the past. Okay? So like I said, I'm not denying your complaint. I'm not telling you that your complaint is not valid. I'm just letting you know that your options of what they are. Okay?
I'm really tired of being abused by males all the time because they know that we're more superior than the males. That's why.
Teresa, I understand. So
and the thing is, they need to submit to the women who give life and birth. They're like the freaking semen. A lot die off and remain dead, while only basically one gets like reborn, spiritual reflection. So whatever.
Trying to be respectful. Is there anything you want to report to me tonight?
Yeah, I'm trying to. And the thing is, I basically was harassed by this officer trying to manipulate a situation and alter my report and make up false accusations, gaslighting me on my property, then falsely accusing me of being inappropriate, okay, when I was not inappropriate because I basically made a statement. I said, I just want to make sure everything, I put everything down, so I basically not going to be shot by cops. He said I'm being inappropriate. I am not. Then he denied him saying that. He did say that. And the thing is, it's just like, excuse me, I'm not inappropriate. And the thing is, reality is, I've been threatened to be shot by cops 3 times by 3 different officers. Okay, Knights, McKeon, and Officer Vi. So over the years, okay, because I'm a religious, moral woman, okay, and because I'm a celibate and basically a prophetess of God. So the thing is, you don't have to believe that. There's no evidence that you basically can confirm that whatsoever. But the reality is, that's why a lot of people are attacking me. And the thing is, I'm basically being slandered throughout your police department, and officers are telling other officers not to take my complaint. I'm on a flag list, okay, because I basically do not have the mark of the beast, okay. So the thing is just that and people are going around, your little stupid Pentecostals in your department, okay, are going around sitting there, she thinks it's the end of times and all this other stuff. First of all, the mark of the beast was basically a term for like over 7,000 years. So the thing is, it's just that it just means the person of the lower kingdom. That's not.
You have reached the City of Vineland Police Department.
Extremely busy.
For
They can set up.
dispatch, please press 1.
Vineland Police, operator 9615.
Yeah, this is a non-emergency. I just don't know if I pushed 2 or 1 at that time.
Nope,
So
1 second, I'll transfer you back down, Sergeant.
I got hung up on.
Sergeant Cavagnaro.
Yeah, he hung up on me.
I by accident, Teresa, I did. I let my dispatchers know to send you right back down as soon as you called back.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
wasn't gonna
Look, I am making this short because you said you're busy, but the thing is, the reality is, I'm not going to be talking about like all the philosophical, spiritual, philosophical, theological stuff or whatever. My whole thing is that I'm repeatedly being slandered throughout the police department, and other officers are telling other officers not to take my complaints and manipulating and then falsely accusing me of like being inappropriate or not, whatever, when they're manipulating me. And it's evidence on video. So the thing is, it's just that I don't need to be harassed for I'm being violated and then being violated again. And we have a right to a law enforcement police department, not like some degenerate, like immoral, whatever they are. They think they should sit there like misogynistic white males to basically Hispanic supremacists who attack white people, or it doesn't matter, Asian or whatever. And I'm being attacked by all, because I already know there's a lot of white racist cops in there against everybody else or whatever, and everybody's playing games against other people, okay, other races or whatever. And I'm hated the most because of my intelligence, because I'm a white woman, and I'm actually mostly hated by your white male cops. Okay, and I had like more respectful officers among him, Hispanic, well, to my face anyway, Hispanic and African American, whatever they want to be called. So, a lot of people sit there and say that's offensive, whatever. I'm so sorry about that. But the thing is, it's just that people need to like get their mind straight. Okay, and they need to focus on the law, and when they counter somebody, I have the right to basically be served by the laws of justice and what is right. Okay, and the thing is, it's just that this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, and to sit there and refuse me rights. I don't commit crimes. I don't sit there. I mean, your police officers have made false reports on me to make me out to be the criminal, and then basically I'm the victim. Okay, falsely arrested me, falsely accused me, and I keep the 10 Commandments. I'm called a legalistic and religious, which I am. Yes, I'm legalistic, spiritualist, and religious. And that was harassed by your fraudulent Pentecostals committing hate crimes against me for being religious. Oh, and legalistic. Legalistic means of the laws of justice. So, yeah, I have no apologies for that. So the thing is, it's just that I'm being targeted by a bunch of degenerates in there from every race, and most of the people that I reported have been, in quote, white, if you will. Hello?
I hear you, but
So I'm gonna let you go. But the thing is, something needs to be done. Okay, I didn't want to call the police anymore. I haven't called for a while, but I have been like robbed in like the last months by people. I have been a target, okay, and the thing is, it's just like I did nothing wrong. And no reason to blame myself. I've been generous, I've been kind, and I help people, that's all I do, and I've just been targeted and mistreated because most of the people in the world are just evil. Okay, and even if you try to show them what is good and what is the better good and better for themselves or whatever, they just do not care. They will sit there and they will mimic what is good and what is right, and they will sit there and just like rob you anyway and attack you and slander you, abuse you, harass you, whatever the case may be. No matter what kindness you show them, it doesn't matter because they are evil. Okay, and So the thing is, it's just like, okay, like I didn't even call the police at first. I tried to handle it myself for like a few months by myself, by the way. And try to teach these people kindness, and they teach these people things or whatever, show mercy and grace and everything else like that. And I just got laughed at and mocked or whatever, and my house destroyed, vandalized. Okay, and police are controlling reports, and they're on top, and they're acting just like them. And I say it all the time, I'm not sitting there like, I mean, this is something I experienced, not like secondhand or whatever. I don't get anything from any people. I speak for only my experiences and what I'm experiencing. Okay, when I'm sitting there, I'm not, people sit there and call me a leftist. Oh, you're a leftist. I didn't get any of my information from anybody else or whatever. First of all, I'm a right Republican, constitutional, U.S. Constitution or whatever, which is basically, Christian, by the way. And I'm Christian and I don't believe in any of the churches. But the reality is that people think this is a joke. Oh, it's Teresa again. It's Teresa again. You know what? The thing is just like, oh, because I'm a good person, that's why I got attacked. So if I was an evil person, I'd be running like a savage like them. Why would the savage like sit there and like, report a crime basically against the other savage? Okay, and the thing is just they also just go along with it and they won't call the police because they're doing the same damn thing. So the thing is just like I have rights. So what is right? Whatever is right. That's what's right is. So and I'm being attacked for being right. I'll let you go, but whatever. I have a right to sit there and make a complaint, and I'm not going to sit there and be harassed by Marsh. Go sit there and tell me to call Internal Affairs. Internal Affairs is basically supposed to respond 24/7. It is the law. So when they can use other police officer or a sergeant or somebody else like that. It doesn't even have to be a sergeant, but anybody is basically lawfully obligated to take the complaint. For the crime that happens again by another officer. So that's a law. You can look that up.
I know.
Okay?
Well, I know. That's why I offered, because some people don't like to speak to officers. Some people like to, go right over and talk with IA. So I always offer.
Well, the thing is, I'm harassed and targeted by Internal Affairs because they're mostly atheists. I had atheists laugh at me. They refused to take my complaints. And they had basically made statements against me and attacked me for my religion, and basically slandered me. They did the same thing, pretty much gaslighting me that Marsh did, and all these other officers like Miller did, falsifying reports or not taking reports, like laughing at me, then asking me other questions unrelated. When I try to answer the question or whatever, they put the phone down, like Rodriguez and other officers have done, or whatever, harassing me, thinking it's funny or whatever, just like Landy Internal Affairs, Lieutenant Lynette Bowers, she's lied about me, refused to take my reports or whatever. And I actually thought, like I communicated well with her or whatever for a while. Then she was like gaslighting me and refused to take my complaints because she wanted special attention and promotion. So she basically like disgraced like women. I was targeted for being a woman, for basically being a moral woman who basically stands up for what is right. She's a disgrace to women. Anything you can get through to her? No, because her promotion and her pay is like more important than women's lives and the rights of women. So, this is why I have nothing, by the way, because I can sit there and just do what all these other people do and basically, whatever the case may be or whatever. And I stay and live in a lowly life or whatever, because I will not be accepted by a majority of the people because I am an intelligent white woman. And the thing is just like, I'm not going to accept evil. I'm not going to sit there and submit to it and basically say, oh yeah, and just keep my mouth shut. When basically people's lives are being oppressed and in danger and all these other things or whatever. And I stand up for what is right. That's why. So the thing is, there's a majority of people who are atheists. There's a lot of them that basically are claiming to be fraudulent Pentecostals who are atheists, Catholics, whatever. All these churches are atheists, anti-theist, atheists. The thing is, it's just that all that means is, you could not claim to believe in God or whatever, be an atheist and still go to heaven and actually believe in God, not even knowing that you do. The term God is ambiguous. So the thing is just that the reality is, that's what I teach, and I get attacked by a lot of churches and your chaplains who basically slander. Oh, you ran to a lie to slander me because I said things like that or whatever, because they don't even understand what a Christian is anyway. So the thing is, a Christian is only basically identifies those who are here of truth, and if you're here of truth and you know what is right, you basically believe in God, even though you don't claim to basically believe there is a God or not, and have no belief in it because you can't identify what that is. So, and I told that to Lieutenant Lee Batters from the beginning. I said, look, I'm a theologian. I do a lot of religious works or whatever. That's righteous works, by the way. Biblical or whatever. I actually specialize against cult abuse and Bible abuse. But I said, look, if I say God, I said, it should mean nothing because all these churches say God and they're evil. I said, I'm just going to use the word or whatever. I said, just listen to the knowledge or whatever and the principles at hand or whatever, because I don't want you to identify me as being of God or not of God, whether you're for God or against God or hate God or whatever the case may be, just because I say God. So I said that from the beginning, like many years. I mean, I'm talking about like this was probably around like 2008 or something, 2007, 8, 9 or something like that. And because it's like you just listen to the knowledge and the principles or whatever. And the thing is, I was basically being persecuted for my religion. That means they're manipulating the word religion, by the way. Religion is just to be laws of justice. Okay? So if you believe in laws of justice, you're religious, all right? So even if you claim to be atheist. So it's the laws of the good conscience. So the false churches brought a lot of confusion around that and what that is, by the way. But that's why it's protected in the Constitution, which only thing it protects doesn't protect a wrong being done to anybody, or basically an immoral, like whatever, deception, false knowledge, or a crime or sin, whatever you want to call it. Sin is crime, is a sinister deception, undermining or whatever. But the thing is, it's just that the reality is, it's between laws of what is objective laws of justice against what is wrong that harms life. It's that simple. So the thing is, it's just like, yes, and there's evil people who think that their wrong is a right. I understand that. That's even in our Bible. So, but it doesn't have to be. I'm just saying, you don't have to understand what's in the Bible. All you got to do is look in your own good conscience and your soul. And the thing is, if you're a good person, like if you sit there and think the Bible is evil or whatever, that's fine. Whatever the word of God is, if you get confused with what's in the Bible, whatever, anybody, because I know they all do, from the churches to the claimed anti-theist, atheist, or whatever, the reality is the word of God is your laws of good conscience. So all you got to do is look within yourselves. So this is why I have to learn and basically redirect, not misdirect, I'm sorry, that's an error. Redirect basically that, because when people get confused about it, you don't follow the Bible, you follow your good conscience. So a lot of people think there's a lot of evil in our Bible. Well, it's recorded, but there's knowledge that's against it, but people don't understand it. They twist it, even all your churches and your chaplains. So I have reported your chaplains in the past because they committed hate crimes against me. That's why they're basically sworn into your Vineland Police Department to bring confusion. And all that they have done is like slander me. Oh, and some of them, a number of them, basically stolen original works from me. By the way, I have a lot of original works, so I can identify it when I point it out, because it's original commentary. Because I basically write and specialize against Bible cult abuse. I know I said that a couple times, but the thing is, it's important. This is all about humanity, and the thing is, like, what I'm giving people, I'm gonna go back to like my complaint or tonight or whatever. It's related, but the thing is, it's just, there's a point. I sit there, I'm merciful. I come and I went to all these people, and even your chaplains and stuff, and I'm not even allowed to make a report against the chaplains committing hate crimes against me, used by police to do so, even to Internal Affairs. And this is why Internal Affairs attacks me, because I'm sitting there reporting police using them to basically target me or whatever. And the reality is that the atheists, they like it. You know why? Because they're evil and they disgrace Christianity and what it is, and redefine it against what Christianity is and promote it as something evil. So yes, you can have a good righteous atheist and an evil atheist, just like a churchian, whatever. I'll let you go, whatever.
Okay.
Whatever. So the thing is, it's just that I look. The thing is, it's just like it's really it's. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna say a couple more things though. I just want to say, it is. I woke up. I went to sleep because I wasn't even going to call you guys back. Okay, and I was just like, I'm just going to go to sleep because I'm just I can't. I don't want to deal with any more police, because after that, your uniform, I know for a fact, is very stigmatizing. Okay, and the thing is just that even if I don't look at the uniform personally, a lot of people do. It doesn't really matter. It does imprint on a brain in a certain way. This is why a lot of people can't distinguish the difference between like hating law enforcement and hating cops. Because they relate the uniform to law enforcement. When they do wrong and do all these things, it still sticks on your brain. The uniform is designed to be very stigmatizing. And I just woke up like in nightmares, like in pain or whatever, and grief around like 2:00 this morning, in the middle of the night and like just woke up crying because, I mean, I didn't even think. I was a little distressed or whatever. I wasn't so distressed over it until I woke up. Okay, and the thing is, just like you people need to respect. I don't believe in respecting the uniform in per se, of like respecting the uniform because you're a uniform, but they need. It's kind of like lightning. You know what I'm saying? People, your cops even need to recognize that and how effective is on the minds of people. And I understand that. Like, I don't believe in basically you go defund the cops well, I don't know. I mean, you guys should get paid or whatever. That's separate from like pay or whatever. But I don't know. I think y'all should just live off of your own pay. But the thing is, I don't believe in like, abolish the police and all this other stuff. I respect law enforcement. Right? That's law enforcement. That's what's of law. Okay? But your uniform is stigmatizing. It's designed that way. And people need to think about this. Like, your police officers need to have a discussion, have a serious meeting about this and how it affects people. And you don't know what you're wearing. You have no idea. But it basically is designed to be effective and basically of a supremacy. Of course, the Nazis wore it first, okay? So the thing is, it's just that anything can be stigmatizing, especially when you're encountering a traumatic or a critical situation or whatever the case may be, an intense situation or whatever anything could be. But they're designed to specifically do that, okay? And like I said, I'm not affected by the uniform or whatever. At all, but the thing is, it's like I know I woken up in nightmares when I didn't even think, okay, it was an issue. It was like effective in some way. I was bothered, I was upset or whatever. Times are passing or whatever, and then I'm going to sleep and waking up basically all in distress and stuff. Like you people don't understand. And so when I'm encountering a law enforcement officer, I'm just like, look, you don't need to do all that stuff. Why don't you just sit there? I'm treating you like a human being. Treat me like a human being. If you're going to sit there and mind rape me and basically gaslight me and get in my head and basically play games with me or whatever, I'm going to sit there and like just go off on you, do whatever the case may be, because you're going to sit there and act like you got some power over me, and they don't. They don't have that power over me. But the thing is, it's there. It's there. Okay, because there's an effective power in everything and everything that people do. Okay, whether you think so or not. Okay, and that affects society. So I'm going to end with that. I am.
Okay, well, I appreciate that. So, and hopefully people become more understanding.
I hope so. People need to hear the message or whatever, but people need to think about it. And you know what? They may not understand. Okay, I'm going to go, but I'm going to say a couple more sentences. They may not be understanding at this time, but they need to just meditate on it or whatever, and like consider it and basically know where they stand in the uniform or whatever, or in other things in their life or their position or not, their position of a police officer or not. Because the thing is, they might get it and see it. Like, I mean, I've gotten things like in my life. I had questioned things, and it wasn't until like 10 years later that like it became like a whole light to me. So I'm going to let you go with that.
Okay, Teresa, I appreciate the call.
All right, thank you.
All right, have a good night.
You too. Be safe.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.